Well, welcome in, everyone. Here we are at our new time. I'm so excited personally because it's now 12 o'clock my time and not 6 o'clock. So, personally, I am very happy that we have gone live. And we're now welcoming our guest, Aileen Gilpin, the owner of Your Front eOffice, who has turned life's curveballs into thriving, purpose driven business. So, we're so excited to have her on today. So, Deb, take it away.
Well, I'm thrilled Eileen's here. Now, Eileen and I are great friends.
Yeah,
And we've known each other, about 4 or 5 years now.
correct. Yeah.
And tell everyone how we met.
Oh, well, the first time we met, we really didn't meet. I became one of the conference groupies. I sat into one of your seminars at actually a Scaling New Heights. And then I found out that you were attending the Bookkeeping Buds retreat that following fall. So that's where we originally
Yeah, that's when we actually talked to each other.
and we spent hours just standing in a parking lot chatting it away.
I know we stood in a parking lot like 4 hours at night in Chicago. And when was it? October?
It was like October, November. So thankfully it was a beautiful night still.
It was a nice night, but for me it was cold. And we're there with Kay, our friend Kay, and her husband, and we're just jibber jabbering away and like finally I said, well, maybe we should go to bed because we have a big day tomorrow. And she goes, no, let's keep talking. So, and we're like, no, what's that? Sisters from another mother kind of thing. So it's always been great. So we met at the Buds conference. And then I know we were together in St. Louis. We went on that boat in St. Louis, which was a lot of fun.
It's like whenever we can get a chance to meet up, we just don't seem to, stray from one another.
No, and that's the best part about the conferences is I think the main reason I go to conferences is to meet new friends and to see my old ones and hang out.
Mm.
So I love doing that. I met Don at a conference.
This whole idea that we're doing right now is from a conference.
Oh.
Yeah, we met at a conference, and Donna. Yeah, I said to Don, "You want to do something together?" Oh, I'd love to. Here we are. So you have been. How long have you been in accounting?
Oh goodness, I've been in the industry 20 something plus years.
And you're only 25, right?
Yes.
Okay. Right when I was a baby.
Yes. No, I started in the accounting industry pretty much in my early mid 20s.
Uh-huh.
And then it just kind of followed my career. I did pivot in my career at one point in time and went from accounting to doing recruiting in the accounting industry. And then I went back to this like a full circle and got out of recruiting and back into accounting.
So tell us how you got your business now, how you got your own practice.
So I've been actually in practice for myself for 18 years. And then about 5 years ago, I was hitting my glass ceiling. And during that,
what made that? What's that? Because it was only you.
It was only me. I was the one woman band show. Jack of all trades, master of none. At the time, I was putting feelers out there. Like I'm hitting my glass ceiling. A business coach wasn't really what I needed at that time. And I found the Bookkeeping Buds. I actually found Kay Morgan through a seminar she was doing. And I'm going to start to sound like a stalker. As I did with you, I called her up and said, we don't know each other. And you have an upcoming, event at a local library and I'd like to meet you. And she's like, yes. And she goes, I'm actually going to a Bookkeeping Buds event. Join me. And she became then my mentor when I was hitting my glass ceiling. Join me. And then about 2 years into that is when COVID hit and all of that happened. And her and I kind of looked at each other. Actually, it was a year after you and I met at the conference. And she was like, I think I want to retire. And I was like, but you're helping me build my firm and you're looking to retire. And she's like, yeah. I said, well, we're two smart women. Let's figure this out. We'll stop helping me build my firm, and let's talk and put your 5-year exit strategy in place.
So she dropped a bomb on you to build
Yeah.
and you purchased her practice.
So we put a 5-year exit strategy in place for her retirement, and I ended up buying her out in 2.
Wow.
So
There you
So
go.
so you went from nothing to 7 people
overnight.
Donna, what would you do if you had that happen to you?
No. That would not be good. No. There need to be someone in between me and those people, because they would be gone the next day. Yeah.
I can agree with that. I mean, so we started to build, right? And during those 2 years, we were building it how we wanted to, like how I wanted to see it. And what Donna just said, that's when I knew I needed someone, right? So my first hire was a senior team leader, and her name is Kim. And that's what Kim is my nice buffer.
Does she still work for you?
Yes. So Kim is my senior team leader on the for-profit side. So for small and mid-sized businesses that we handle, that's her specialty. So she works with the team on that. And then as you know, our friend Teresa.
Teresa was a guest on the podcast.
She was a guest on your podcast. And Teresa, about a year and a half ago, had a life event that I helped her out with. And during that life event, she's like, I think we're, again, 2 smart women. Let's figure this out. So Teresa came and joined the YFEO team, and she's my senior team leader on the nonprofit side. So, yeah.
And everybody's virtual.
Yes.
Everybody's virtual.
Everybody's virtual. We've been virtual, since day one.
That's why it's called Your Front eOffice.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
and you can do that when you're using QBO and look who's joined us in the chat. Then for sure you're a lifesaver. And see, that's the beauty of I think when you get involved in groups or you meet other colleagues, is something happens, one of us can step in and assist. And I think that's a benefit we don't even think about.
Yes. And when you have that sacred place like bookkeeping buds, you're not just, you're building lifelong friendships.
Yeah, they're your friends.
As well as, colleagues and mentors and everything else. So.
Yeah, it's just a group of women get together to support each other and build each other up. And oh, by the way, we have our own practices on the side. That's kind of fun. So you have 7 people working for you?
I do.
And then where is your butt right now?
I work for my virtual office in Alabama.
Now you're from Chicago.
I am. I'm from the suburbs of Chicago, and that's where the business is headquartered out of.
Now, how did you wind up in Alabama?
How did we wind up here? We took a vacation down here about 10 years ago, and it's a place we always dreamed about living. So when we became...
Now, was it a place you dreamed about living before you went there, or you went there and then dreamed about living there?
We went here on vacation, and then we dreamed about it.
Oh, I wish you'd come here first.
And then 4 years ago, we kind of made it, started the reality of it, and bought our first condo to Airbnb out. And then when we became empty nesters, after my daughter graduated college, we decided to sell the condo and buy our home.
So you live there permanently now?
We do, yes.
Great. And your husband, he's a former policeman, right?
He's a retired one from Illinois, and he's currently working for a local department down here.
Oh, good. So if we go through your town and speed, it'll be okay.
Not for you, Deb. He'll probably give you
no, for those foreign tags.
I'll get a call.
I'll get my one
Because I can't reach Hal.
Yeah. So you work totally virtually. You use QBO. You're mainly on nonprofits. So tell us a little more about your business. What tech stack do you use? What's your favorite tech?
Well, all of them are our favorite.
I know.
So we are a QuickBooks firm. We work with Dext, Melio, Bill.com, and then our project management software is Financial Sense.
Oh, okay. So, and you went to with finance because you were with, and you said Financial Sense is better for you than Keeper because you think it's bigger for larger firms.
Well, that's just my opinion, but
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
it allowed a little bit more. Well, at the time, Financial Sense had a lot more, um, not automation, but different segments of the software. But from my understanding, Keeper's come a long way since I tried it out. And prior to Financial Sense, we were using Arrow Workflow. We used that for, I want to say, almost 7 years, if not longer. And we just outgrew it. So as we
Was it
just,
difficult making the switch? I mean, a lot of people, yeah,
yes. It's like switching. It's like if you lost your wallet and you had to, redo everything that was in your wallet.
right,
It's the same
right.
concept.
I think that's what's the hardest thing about making any kind of switch like that is okay. And if I make the switch, will I like it?
Yeah. So what we did for our switch is we worked with a really good team member at Financial Sense that helped us roll it out. And I rolled it out in stages with my team. So we did it over 6 months, and we had put milestones and goals every 30 days. And we met weekly until those goals were met. And then after 6 months, we were, as a team, fully on Financial Sense and invested into it. So,
And how many years has it been now that you've been using it?
this will be I think we're going into our 3rd year.
Wow, that's good. And it's doing great for you?
Yes. Yeah.
So we should take a look at that. Yeah, because I'm happy with Keeper, but then Don and I are both solo shops. Donna uses a thing called Bubble Up.
Never heard of Bubble Up.
Donna finds the weirdest software. I got this new software called Bubble Up.
Yeah.
So,
It's just a little app, and it's like it's a productivity app, but you like make it your own and do kind of stuff. It's not for bookkeeping industry. It's not like Financial Sense or Keeper or
It's
anything
like
like
a
that.
ClickUp
But
then. It's because isn't ClickUp like customizable? So it sounds like Bubble Up's customizable.
yeah, it's very customizable. It works with the way it's set up, works with my brain, and I can use it on anything. I can be on my phone and see something and put it in there, and I have a spot for it and all that kind of stuff. But I'm solo, so if I had a team, I may be looking at Financial Sense or Keeper. That's a whole different thing. Well, I
every
don't
time
have
Don
a
and I get
team.
together, Don and I get together every Saturday, to go over stuff. And she says, "Oh, let me show you the new app I'm now using." That's like, oh my god. I mean, I don't know when you find time to do all this stuff, Donna? Because Donna has a full-time job. She does a full-time practice. She runs the whole YouTube thing, a podcast. She has 2 kids. She's married. She goes to Disney World every day. I don't think she sleeps. Oh, and I have these new apps that I'm now using. Oh, and I'm writing an app to trade my pins. To trade
Yep.
pins for Disney World.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
I
working
got
on that. That was the table that I moved.
yeah. I mean, we had a lot. I'll be honest. We had a lot of apps when I first took over. When we merged together, right? You're merging what I was using, what Kay was using at the time, and it took me about a good year and a half. I called it the Band-Aid syndrome. You get a boo-boo, you slap a Band-Aid on it. So it was like, this software does this great. Let's add it. So it's like, but it's a Band-Aid. It's
Right.
really a full functional app. So it took me about a year and a half to rip off all the Band-Aids and find what works for us. And that's when Financial Sense, we were like, okay, this works for us.
Great. Well, that's great. And you use Financial Sense, Dext. I know Teresa, she's the Dext expert.
Teresa is a tech expert all around.
Yeah, she's brilliant. So, she's brilliant when it comes to the text. And because she showed me Dext and she's flipping around. My head hurt when she was done.
Yeah.
But she knows how to use that. And to use Melio or Bill.com, or it's now Bill.
Yeah.
And that's her AP.
Yes.
And do you use anything like HubDoc or?
We use Smart Vault. for our internal storage. And then the other one that we use is Practice Ignition, which is now also just called Ignition.
Oh, and that's for your
Internal. Yep, that's our proposals and
proposals, and that is you the invoicing through that too?
correct. Yes.
Yeah. Now you were using Anchor because I remember I sat next to you during the Anchor thing when scaling new heights.
Yes. No, I wanted to go. I always have been an Ignition user, and I wanted to see if Anchor, could do the same thing, or if not, or better. They're both very similar and very robust. At the time, I was going through the Financial Sense onboarding, and I'm like, I can't onboard another.
Yeah, my brain's only so big.
My team would kill me. So, yeah.
And now, what groups are you member of? What any groups, accounting groups? I know you're in Buds. What other ones are you in?
Buds is my main focus. The other one is the nonprofit crew, which is Megan Tarno.
Megan Tarno,
Yep.
and she just started that. She started that right around when she was on, I guess, on our show, wasn't it, Donna?
Yeah, it was like the same week it had started.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are the two that I follow a lot and I'm members of. So yeah,
Cool. And you're getting now. Teresa does all the nonprofits. Do you do them too, or are you mainly the salesperson that gets out there and finds the job and the customer facing?
I am, but I do both. So it's the blessing and the curse of owning a business, right, ladies? You do it.
Yes.
So from the operations, the staff, the tech support.
It's like your mom.
Yes, I do all the marketing and the sales, but I also manage. I'm also managing a portfolio, just like the rest of my team.
Right.
Everyone has to manage a portfolio, including myself.
So what's the goal for your business? Where do you see it being? Where do you want it to be? Have you reached it?
No, I haven't reached it. Where do I want to be? So we love the clients we work with.
Sure.
Our clients are amazing. We're about probably like a 60-40 split, where we handle like 60% of our clients are nonprofits, 40% of our clients are small to mid-size businesses or enterprises, what do you call them? Where do I want to go? 7 is a good number with us for staff. My revenue goal, I would love to hit $1 million. So that would be nice. But more importantly, I just want to be able to, my entire team, we just want to be able to help our clients and walk alongside them. And we really enjoy working with our clients. So
have you ever considered buying another practice to bump it up?
I have. I think my next goal is, if I were to do that, it might be to add taxes to our repertoire. I mean, we partner with tax experts, but right now my team that can do taxes, it's just not their zone of genius.
Right. Oh, I love that zone of genius. Donna, write that down.
It's just.
Deb, I use it all the time.
Well, I feel like I'm in all the time with you.
She's not listening when I'm talking again.
So you would add tax. Okay.
That's what I would probably, if I were to, unless, a friend of mine reaches out and says, I need some help, or, then I'd have a conversation. I would never turn a deaf ear. But if I were looking, it would probably be on the tax side.
Okay. Now, would you use I guess, well, if you brought in the tax business, they would decide what software to use.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, good. So what do you do for fun?
For fun, I paint.
You paint?
My
house in Marpo needs painting.
No, not that kind of paint.
Oh, darn.
I paint like acrylics, canvas.
Oh, nice. And behind you are bare walls. Why aren't any of your artwork up?
Because they're all in front of me. Oh. I can shift if you want.
Yeah, show me some.
I know.
That's great. Do you do landscapes, people, dogs, what?
A little bit of everything. My thing right now, because it's graduation season and summer's coming, I'll paint like graduation banners or
Oh,
birthday
okay.
banners, things like that. Teacher gifts. I paint cut clipboards for teacher gifts. So it's just my outlet. It's my outlet for stress. It's
So are we going to have see you on Etsy?
I was just going to ask that. Sounds like an Etsy site.
I don't know.
Let's set up an Etsy store, Donna.
Yep. I'm going to whip one up in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, Donna, I'll give you a call when that happens.
Give me a call. I'll get you going.
All right.
So I know you do something else. You just started doing something else. Tell everybody what you just started doing.
I don't. Oh, I got back into softball. So that's another hobby I do. So, I'm a diehard softball mom. My daughter, played softball since she can swing a bat at, 5 years old. She played in college. So I've always been a diehard softball mom. So once we moved and I wanted to start meeting different type of people, I missed the game. So I am coaching a 10U team out here of girls. And I love it. I mean, it's just internally rewarding, right? To see the looks on their faces and encourage them, and to be confident and get in the batter's box and swing the bat and things like that. So,
Well, softball was always my favorite.
yeah, the
Softball
girls
and baseball.
go a long way. It's softball, and it's so rewarding just to watch 10-year-old girls.
Before you know, we're going to have the Aileen Gilpin show on Apple next to Ted Lasso.
No.
Are you a coach like Ted Lasso? Have you seen that show?
No, I have not.
Oh, then you got to watch Ted Lasso.
Don't feel bad. I haven't either.
It's on Apple TV. It costs $5 to subscribe to Apple TV, and I tell everybody, subscribe to Apple TV for 1 month. Watch the show. If you didn't like it, I'll give you the $5.
Oh, you heard it here live, everyone.
Yep. I mean, Ted Lasso. I love that show. If you're ever depressed, watch Ted Lasso.
Hey.
So I'm going to call you Ted Lasso.
Oh gosh! Now I'm gonna have to go watch it, Donna.
You have to watch it.
And she keeps telling me all the time, I'm like, when am I supposed to do that?
Well, Donna's a big Survivor fan. We watch Survivor all the time. Do you watch Survivor? Do you like reality TV?
Not really.
So what do you watch on TV?
Not a lot, I'll be honest.
I love TV. See, growing up, I was not allowed to watch TV. So, but my dad always allowed us to have a sip of his highball at the end of the day. So now I don't drink, but I'm addicted to TV.
Okay.
The good thing, if he let me watch TV and not drink, I'd probably be an alcoholic.
There you go. Yeah.
What question do you have for Aileen, Donna?
I just wanted to ask, what are you working on that's exciting you today?
What am I working on that's exciting?
It sounds like you have a lot of things going. So what's exciting you today?
What's exciting me today is I am working on writing a presentation to submit to be a presenter, I should say,
Right.
for a nonprofit coalition. I think, is that how you say it? So I'm working on that, which is exciting.
What's your topic?
It's going to be around cash flow.
Okay. Oh, so exciting.
Yeah.
Right.
We have to come up with a catchy title.
You'll make it exciting. We can help you. Just give us, give us a buzz.
So I'm working on that. And then on the other side of it, I'm working on building a member space for business owners, kind of like a do-it-yourself bookkeeping.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, that's good.
Like for the small business, like the one-woman band shows out there. So, yeah.
Now, do a lot of
Well,
small
that's very
business
exciting.
women,
I like
a lot of women, moms of the softball players, do they have their own businesses too? So you
Out here, yeah.
Wow.
I was very shocked myself. But yes, out here, there's a lot of small independent business owners. But even before I moved back, when I was full-time in Illinois, I was networking with a lot of small business, one-woman business owners, whether they were selling things part-time or, just consultants. So I saw the need then, and I've been actually working on that for a couple of years, but now it's coming to full circle. And
Wow. Boy, you're full of surprises.
Yes.
You know, you're just full. Like, wow, you're stuck. Wow. That's
I'm
really
glad I
great.
keep you on your toes, Deb.
I tell you what, I feel like it's like I'm lagging behind everybody here.
No,
No.
not at all.
But then I'm the
I
old.
keep up to you.
What?
I said I'm keeping up to you.
But you're going to Scaling. We're going to see each other at Scaling.
Yes. Yes.
Scaling New Heights is in June.
Mhm.
So when are you getting in? Are you getting in Sunday, Monday, Saturday, Friday? Everybody comes to go to Disney.
No, just to relax.
Okay.
Not necessarily Disney, but just to relax.
Are you coming with anybody? Or you coming by yourself?
No, Teresa and Kim from my team are joining me, so we'll all be there.
Uh-oh. Teresa said she's learned a lot about you. She had no idea. Uh-oh. You can hold it against her now, Teresa.
There you go.
So,
Now, when you're talking about Teresa coming in, is that our Teresa right here in the chat, or is it a different Teresa?
nope, that is our Teresa.
Well, she doesn't have to drive far. She lives like in Lakeland.
It's close by. I think she's about a little
You
over.
were about hours outside of Orlando, Teresa? She's close. It's like me. I come the farthest, Daytona Beach.
Daytona.
No, you don't come the farthest. Where am I coming
I'm being
from?
facetious here.
Where are you from, Deb?
Well, I'm from Pennsylvania, but I live in Daytona, which is an hour north of Orlando.
Yeah.
Inverness, I know. Teresa lives in Inverness. It's one of those little towns nobody sees.
Donna, where are you out of?
I'm in California.
She's
Like
in
it's like a day
California.
trip.
Where about in California?
I'm in Dana Point.
Okay. I lived in
So, yeah.
Valencia.
Oh, yeah. I had relatives
Yeah.
that lived there for a while.
Yeah.
It's big now.
Yeah. We lived there for about a year and a half when our daughter was first born.
Now, why did you live there?
yeah.
Was your husband in the military or anything like that?
No, at the time I took a transfer within the company I was working in. We had a satellite office out there, so I took a transfer to the satellite office. And at the time, my husband, gosh, we were in our early mid-20s at the time. He was testing for LAPD at the time, so it made sense.
Is that a disease? That's not a disease, is it?
No.
He's testing for LAPD. He-
No.
he's with the LAPD.
Valencia is a big cop town.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's where they all live.
And he became a policeman in Chicago, right?
in a suburb. It was
In a suburb.
So yes, he retired from a suburban town out there after 25
Wow.
years. So yeah,
Please, I love policemen. My brother was a policeman.
love
I
the
just, they're great people,
yeah.
you know, and they carry guns, so watch what they do. Now, your daughter, she just graduated from college,
She did.
and she was a big softball freak. What did she major in?
Fashion merchandising. So she did not take after her mom in accounting.
Fashion merchandising. Is that like how to wear a scarf?
No, she makes stores
No.
look pretty. Is what?
Oh, like the windows.
Yes.
Oh, wow. She could go get a job like at Gimbel's in New York
Yeah. So
or Macy's. Is it Macy's?
Macy's.
Gimbel's, they don't have anymore.
So she majored in fashion merchandising and minored in marketing. So she works for me part-time doing marketing. But her full-time career is back in Illinois. She does visual merchandising out there. So she's loving it. She's living her dream. That's all.
Wow. So does she make the mannequins look good in the stores? Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Mhm.
She does
Wow.
the displays, the mannequins, the walls, the windows.
Wow.
Yeah.
She was like Rhoda Morgenstern. Remember that show?
She looks like she doesn't know what that is.
Nope, I have no idea.
Oh no.
can
We
tell
use
my-
the reference that they don't know now.
Yeah, she was Mary Tyler Moore's friend on the Mary Tyler Moore show.
Okay.
Rhoda Morgenstern, Valerie Harper.
There was a show called Mary Tyler Moore.
I do know that show.
Okay.
And her best
One
friend,
of the
not the Dick Van
characters.
Dyke show. This was the Mary Tyler Moore show.
Yeah.
He's gonna make it after all. She throws her hat up in the air. You know. Debbie Baker knows who wrote this. She was a fashion merchandiser. Well, anyway, we're at time, and I have to tell you, Aileen texted me, emailed me yesterday. I'm very nervous about this. I said, "You'll be fine. You'll be great." So it wasn't as bad as you thought, huh, Aileen?
No, it wasn't as bad. And how can it not be with the two of you?
Well, of course. But we want to thank you for being our guest today. We're excited to see you in about another 6 weeks or so at Scaling in Orlando. Make sure you come to our class. Donna and I are teaching the first day.
Yeah.
The first day in I think one of the first sessions. So we're excited that we get it out of the way early.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be around.
Yeah, we'll be around. And make sure, check your email, because you're a top 100 pro advisor, aren't you?
No, actually, I did not make it this year.
Oh, did you sign up? Well, you're in the top 200 then.
Thank you.
I think they have a group for those too. Well, it doesn't matter to us. You're still top one. You're top 10 for our
You're
group.
still like top 10 for us.
Yeah. As long as you're ever in at one time, you're in it, in my opinion.
So sweet.
But thank you for joining us. Any last words, Donna?
Well, everyone just have a great week. And remember, our new time is now 12 o'clock Pacific and 3 p.m. Eastern. So tell your friends, join us live, and we will see you next week.
Bye-bye. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Thanks,